When I turned 9, I got a boombox for my birthday. CDs took up a lot of my time until I accidentally discovered the AM radio. In a home where there were times I felt very alone, with the flip of a switch, I could transport myself to a place where the pop of a glove and the crack of a bat took up the hours where an organ spelled first spring, then summer, and fall, if you were lucky. Where it felt like every pitch was an entry into the story of America's pastime. And wielding the pen, bringing words and this game to life like nobody ever could or ever will again, was Mr. Baseball himself, Bob Uecker. Growing up blind, I couldn't play t-ball. I never took in the game from the diamond, or on the field, or from the dugout. If I was lucky enough to go to a game, it was from the stands that I took in my Milwaukee Brewers. And the sights, such as they were for me, which is to say extremely limited, and the sounds of baseball, the smell of tradition, which in Milwaukee, well, it's charcoal, brats, burgers, and beer, created something so much more than a game. When I was at home listening to Uke call a game, I was there, hanging on every word, not just of his play-by-play, but this man could tell us a story like nobody's business. And in this time, which was the mid-2000s, by the way, there was plenty of time in between every throw home in which he could work his magic. The game felt slow, yet captivating, deliberate, intentional, traditional. It just felt like baseball. I won't pretend that I knew the game, the players, or statistics particularly well, but God, I loved it. There was something beautiful about the way a game unfolded on the radio. From first pitch to last out, there was a story told with every game, both on the field and especially with Bob up in the broadcast booth. In effect, everyone is blind when you are listening to a game. You can't see a radio broadcast after all, but there's no need to. Sound to me is so much a part of this game. The quiet spill of anticipation before a pitch, the crowd responding as one to a highlight caliber catch, a close play, or a home run that just clears the left field wall in a tie game. Spend enough time with baseball and you can just about learn to tell what happened by closing your eyes and listening to the cadence of the people around you. A pop-out has a rhythm. A ground-out has a pace. A close play spikes where a routine one settles. Even though I can't see baseball, I could still feel it, not in the exact same way, but when Mr. Baseball was on the call, I felt like I could live baseball. I remained a fan as I went to middle and high school, then college. As life picked up, I fell back, listening to fewer and fewer games each season, but still, I felt like I was that 9-year-old me when Bob called a game. It was in college and beyond that baseball itself changed when, in 2023, the most important piece of the game was pulled out from under me like a rug for the Pace of Play initiative. Suddenly, that all-important time between pitches, which put me in the ballpark as a child, was unceremoniously ripped from me, shattering the game into shards, sharp, unyielding fragments, slicing the picnic-like atmosphere of the game of my youth into small, less meaningful breaks of just a handful of seconds. Not even enough time to finish laughing at one of Uke's self-deprecating jokes before there was another pitch, another ad, always a ticking timer on a game designed and played for more than a century without a clock. Even now, as I endeavor to visit all 30 major league parks, gone is that leisurely afternoon spent in the cathedral of baseball with a given team. I feel pressured to either sit in the stands and miss exploring the stadium or explore the stadium at the expense of the very game I overpaid to see. Some may say baseball is slow, even with these changes, but when I think of what truly made me fall in love with the nation's pastime, it was the quiet moments. The ability of Bob Uecker to set a scene, to tell a story, and to truly embody what baseball became for myself and I'm sure many others. I moved to Minnesota in 2020, and although I thought I would always be a Brewers fan, I started becoming excited about this Twins team that I kept hearing about. Broadcasts were okay, nowhere near the same, but every once in a while, on a cool spring afternoon or a lazy summer evening, I would go back and put on the Brewers just to hear Bob Uecker, hoping for the call that would send chills up my spine. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Gone! It was a call rooted in player culture. When a ball would be close to leaving the yard, players would yell at it. The superstition of the game held up by adults jumping up and down, a dugout full of voices pushing that stitched sphere to soar into the stands. And Bob captured lightning in a bottle with that call. Baseball has changed. What once truly felt like magic now feels so alien. Ads, sports betting, cheating, scandals, a looming lockout over salary caps and salary floors feel like another universe from that bedroom all those years ago where the sun drenched a dirt diamond on which played men I knew only through the crackling of radio static. And the one man who gave the game life and meaning and purpose now resides wherever it is the players go when they descend into the dugout, going down those steps, disappearing into the shadows of this stadium we all play our game in. Hearing that home run call now is an emotional thing. Emotional, because on January 16th, 2025, Robert George Uecker passed away at the age of 90. Silent now is that voice that made me love the great American game. For some, he's a funny guy in commercials. For others, he's an accomplished actor and late-night TV guest. But for me, Mr. Baseball could not be a more fitting moniker. I never got the chance to meet you, but for what you gave me, the hours of escape, for the love I have for not just my favorite sport, but one of my favorite things in life. It's hard to know how to say it, but thank you, Bob. This sport will evolve. It'll change again, and likely in ways that I'll never understand. What once represented a benign way to spend long summer afternoons looks, feels, and yes, sounds so very different. The organ in Milwaukee is no more, and music silent. replaced by upbeat polka remixes and overproduced sound bites. And when you couple that with a hole where once a legendary broadcaster sat, there's one thing that's clear to me. Baseball has changed.